You are now listening to the Motivational Jumpstart. Motivational Jumpstart. Motivational Jumpstart.
All right. Good morning, incredible people. It's your favorite motivator from afar, Mike Malley, with the Motivational Jumpstart right here on 91.7 FM WHUS Stores. I'm excited. It's another day. I know we're a few minutes late. We got a rock star, superstar guest that I've been trying to get all semester in studio, so we had to get the aesthetics right. We had to get everything, up and running the right way. But, before we introduce the guest in a little bit, you know what we like to do. We gotta do a litmus test really quick to see what's happening. What's happening in the world? Listen, I know the seniors, I can taste it. I can taste graduation. It's so close to the freshmen. You like, oh my gosh, finally is almost here. My first year is almost done in the books, and all these crazy semesters. No point intended, because I know there's some hardworking professors out there. But from the student perspective, they're like, all of these assignments and work and quantitative work and qualitative work and assignments and library hours and all of this stuff is too much. It's too much. But listen, you fought the good fight, as we've been doing every day on the Motivational Jumpstart. We've been building this community of winners, of people who are inspired by life, motivated to continue to pursue excellence with impeccable effort, continue to pursue the dream, continue to get better, building a community of winners. And winners are not just this abstract concept. It's more so a community of individuals every single day that's saying, I don't want it easy, I want it great. And that means something in the world. Is, do you want it easy or do you want it great? And I think that everybody who's been tuning into the show week after week after week, we've been building this community of people that are accountability partners, right? We're making sure that everybody is dotting their I's, crossing their T's, and continuing to get better every single day. And that's what it's about. We're not making forward progress every single day. We either being complacent or we backslide, and we don't want to backslide. So that's my motivational rant in the morning. We got to jumpstart your morning real quickly with a motivational track, which we're probably going to get into this quick passion, hunger, drive. But then it's not about me anymore. It's about the rock star that I had to call the National Security Guard. I had to get the armed forces because he's a rock star. Been going to California doing shows. He's been going all over the place doing shows. And I'm like, listen, if you don't come in studio before the semester, is out, I'm going to feel like you're not my boy, and the motivational jumpstart is beneath you. And he was like, no, just the schedule, the way my calendar is set up. So before we get into that, let's just jumpstart your morning real quick on a motivational jumpstart with that passion, hunger, drive. And we'll be right back right here on the motivational jumpstart. Ran into some obstacles and things, throughout the semesters, but we're here, we're still standing, we're surviving. The seniors, you're about to graduate, and the rest of the students, you're about to finish this year off, go into your summer, go into your internships and co-ops, etc., etc. And I'm excited and happy for you all. But without further ado, we got a rock star in the building. We got the homie that's in the building. I've been trying to get him all semester, but due to calendar conflicts and so many different things, I was just like, we got a couple weeks before you go out and you doing more of the music thing out here in the world and more of your motivational story just about you being an artist and being just an incredible person. And he was like, I'm telling you, listen, I'm coming in the studio this Wednesday. So I put it in the calendar, everybody. I was like, he's coming. I'm excited. I'm happy. But then I was almost like a groupie. I had to text him like at 12 a.m. this morning. You sure you coming? You sure? And then I had to hit him up this morning. Like, you sure you coming? He was like, listen, man, word is bond. I told you I was coming. And without further ado, in studio, we got a good friend, good homie, Mr. Tyshawn Sims in the building. What's up, brother?
Yeah. It's beautiful to be here, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm excited, man. So like we like to do, man, Tyree, man, like I told you, man, every guest that comes in the booth, man, in the studio, man, tell the audience a little bit about yourself, man, and what makes you come alive. What inspires you, good brother?
All right, so my name is Tyshawn Sims. I'm a junior here.
Shout out to it.
Yeah, sport management major. Had to change a career path. I go by the stage name Tyshawn Dion. And I love this music thing, man. It's just, I'm a first generation college student. And I've been through my trials and tribulations in life, so I'm just trying to make everybody back home proud, and I realized I had a gift, so I'm running with it.
Yeah, man. So where you from? And tell the audience. I know, but tell the audience where you from, man. Just a little bit about the backstory, man.
Of course.
Where you from, man? A little bit of the backstory, brother.
Yeah, so I'm from Worcester, Massachusetts. It's about an hour from Stores. It's not that far. But my entire life, I've been there and in between Sumter, South Carolina, the country.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, down south. Shout out to the 803. But you know, I don't know. I feel like clashing like the North versus South, like that logistic and everything, just it gave me a different perspective on how life should be. Cause up here it's way more fast paced. Down here it's more calm. So like I know how to turn it on and off when I need to. So I love it, man. But yeah, I don't. Two siblings. Sound like an eHarmony commercial or something, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's cool.
I mean, so you grew up here from Worcester, man. Did a little bit between that, Carolina, man. Just growing up. Who was Tyree growing up? Were you a knucklehead? Were you like studious? Were you a little bit in between? Were you out in these streets? Not out in these streets, but out in these streets, man. Get the story. We need some details, Tyree. What's up, brother?
So like when I was younger, man, like I'm the oldest, so you know I'm like the test dummy child.
Oh, okay.
And I used to get into a lot of trouble. Like me and my older cousins, we're really like real close in age. There's like 25 of us like in my age range.
Wow.
So we do a whole bunch of hooligan stuff, you know, like throw rocks at cars. But then again, like I also had straight A's my entire life. So I'd have a bad attitude, and the teachers would be like, well, why are you so mean? Why are you so mad? But then they couldn't like fail me none because like I'm still getting all A's. It was just. I guess it was problematic, but we grew up, I guess, a little bit. So I'm here now. So
you here now, so you doing all these hooligan stuffs, man. You just having fun. You exploring life, man. You know, in the sports, you know, what was that? So outside of the hooligans, like what were you into, right? So even though you had this conflict between hooligan nature and good grades, and teachers are like, I don't really know what I have some cognitive dissonance here. I don't know what to do. This conflicts with what I want to do to him because he's so smart. So outside of just being a dope student, man, like what else were you into? Sports? What sports? And talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so like I've been part of sports my entire life.
Yeah.
Growing up in a single parent household, like my mom, she didn't really know like how to push me or like what really to get me into, but I just really gravitated towards basketball and football.
Yeah.
So I played that for most of my life. High school, you know, I was like, damn, I used to think I was gonna go to the NBA. I'm only going 5'7". I ain't going to the league. So I was like, you know, let me shift gears. You know, I know I'm really good at football. I started playing football in high school. I played 1 year at Pop Warner, but I played football in high school. Ended up being really good. Got contacted by UConn, a couple other schools. Ended up coming here, and I played 2 years here for the university. I played slot, which is a huge transition because I was playing running back and safety. But like it went from being a 3-sport athlete and you know AP classes, thinking I was like, oh, it's gonna be the same thing in college. I'm gonna come in pre-med, pre-kinesiology, and I'm gonna play football. But I'll be alright. Game changer.
Different monster, man.
Game changer. I was like, oh man, I was not expecting this, but it was definitely a great experience. But yeah, sports always gonna be part of my life. That's why I'm a sport management major now. I'm more focused on the financial aspect of things. Make sure that my brothers and my comrades, they taken care of for their athletic abilities for sure. Fairly compensated. So it's beautiful.
That's what's up, man. So just take us a little bit more, man, your journey, man. So although playing sports, man, single parent household, the oldest sibling, man, just what were some of the trials and obstacles, man, that you went through, some of the things that you want to talk about, you know what I mean, that you were like, yo, honestly, you know, some of this stuff was a little bit impactful for me, man. You know, I was trying to figure out who I was, going through the process, and you could speak to any particular things, you know, that as a man, as you were continuing to evolve as a man in Worcester, you know, and then kind of having a different contrast between being down south and getting two different perspectives. Like, how was that for you?
I feel like that was really uplifting. It wasn't always easy. You know, my father, he passed away when I was real young, like when I was 3. So, like, I felt like, even though I didn't really know nothing about anything, I felt like, you know, it was my job to make sure my mom was okay, my brother and sister was okay. And we ended up moving in with my grandparents. My mom slept on the couch for 5 years.
Wow.
She ain't had a car. She used to have to walk to work the night shift. So, like, just seeing how she used to have to move and just to make sure we could eat, she wouldn't eat sometimes. You know, that really pushed me. I was like, one day, like, I'm going to do something big so that I can give back. And that's always been my driving force. My mom, that's my best friend, man. So shout out to Mama. I love you, Mama.
Yeah. Definitely. Shout out to moms, man. I think it's a beautiful thing, man. Just to understand that because so many people in the world don't understand it. We all have a story, Tyra. You know this, man. We all have a story, and whether we share that story, one of the things on the show I just love to do is, man, as we share our truths, hopefully we free other people and inspire other people to tap into their truth, confront their truth, and it's kind of like, it is what it is. Whether you grew up in a single parent household, you did, but certain things drive us to want to get better, and we can't reshuffle the deck of cards that we were dealt, but we can do what we want to do with the hand that we played, and I think that's a beautiful thing, from that perspective. So you being young, and were you actually able to make meaning of like mom, like, wow, I'm seeing mom at this age, walking to work and or was it like incredibly frustrating? Did you take it for granted sometimes? Because a lot of times as we learn, we're still trying to figure out who we are, but still, or were you like, no, when I saw mom, when I was really able to see mom having to make these sacrifices, sleep on the couch and do these things, I knew like, yo, no, I'm serious.
Yeah.
No matter what type of hooligan stuff I'm doing or type of fun I'm having, in the back of my mind, I'm always gonna remember I'm doing this for the fam, I'm doing this for mom.
Definitely. I know, like, I've always been an old soul. That's how my mom, she compares me. She's like, you was my little old baby. Like, I didn't even know what that meant until I got older. But, like, I definitely, like, I would take all of that on. It's like, on top of that, we lost a lot of people in my family. So, like, I've always felt like, they look to me to be the backbone to make sure, like, I'm doing the right thing. And I just try to make everybody proud. So, by doing that and me doing the right thing, I feel like I'm uplifting everybody. I definitely took it for granted sometimes. I never realized, like, how difficult my mom really had it. But now that I'm older, I'm sitting here like, dang, I remember, like, you used to eat, like, cheese sandwiches. Or, like, you know what I mean? Like, you make sure that you was getting us TV dinners. Meanwhile, you weren't eating. You was just crying and stuff. So that definitely, I've always known from a very long time. I was like, listen, man, everything I do has to be for the family. I have to do it the right way. I understand, like, I got a bad temper. I get in trouble sometimes, but that doesn't even make sense. That's just nonsense. You gotta develop yourself holistically. Make sure I grow up to be a strong young man and make sure that I can empower everybody else. I got 2 little siblings that look up to me, so my every move is crucial. So I definitely I hold that very, very dear to my heart.
Yeah. So now let's talk about it, because now I'm hearing it's legacy building, but it's also being socially responsible while you're still trying to have fun.
Exactly.
But just talk about the power, man, of saying, no, yeah, I might want to do some other stuff, but I realize I got 2 younger siblings who are looking at me, what I'm doing, whether I'm in college, I'm being an artist, and as much as I'm still trying to have fun and find myself or build upon the self that I have found, right, I still have to be socially responsible to that. Talk to just people who are in your situation, and they kind of like, listen, I want to be socially responsible to my siblings or to the next generation, but I just want to do me. So I'm going to just do me, and not realizing that, well, just by you doing you still impacted someone, whether it's intentionally or unintentionally.
Sure.
So just talk about the power of that, to why that's so near and dear to your heart. Because so many people don't do that. They're like, listen, I'm grown. They'll figure it out. It is what it is.
I mean, everybody got to live their own life. But my thing is, you have to really focus. Life is not a sprint. You know what I mean? It's a really long run. So everything that you do is going to have consequences. If you want to sit there and live in the moment, like, be spontaneous, that's a beautiful thing. But you have to be spontaneous with the afterthought that your thoughts your thoughts and your actions have repercussions, whether they be positive or whether they be negative. So, I mean, you can want to do your own thing, but at the same time, you're going to want to really take the time to bring somebody along with you, show them something that maybe they didn't know. Continue to learn, continue to grow as a person, because if you don't do that, like, what are you really doing? You know what I mean? You're just being irresponsible, you're being a dumb kid. Like, they try to tell us, the adults, when I say they don't want us to be young, but they try to tell us certain things, like, oh, don't do this, like, you're gonna regret it. And we're like, oh, whatever. But, like, they've been through that, so it's just I've always taken in, like, what my elders give me. Sometimes I blow it off, like, I just got a car. My mom was like, get a nice. I was like, nah, I want a sports car. So now my insurance going crazy. It's definitely, I feel like I just pull a lot. I love learning, especially from my older peers. Like, they were always like, stay out of grown folks' business. Why you want to talk to the grown folks? I just felt like I learned so much more from them than I did talking to my cousin about, oh, yo, let's go play manhunt. I love that. I love knowledge. I love just learning and trying to be responsible. I mean, you just gotta if you want to grow and you want to eat with the sharks, you got to learn how to swim with the sharks.
Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. We dropping jewels already, man. But, yo, that's powerful. That's powerful. Yo, Torre, and I think, yo, that's the unfortunate but the real reality that so many people don't realize, man. And, yo, you know, especially in our community, we hear it all the time, man. Stay out of grown folk business. But it's like, I mean, how do we learn, though?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? At what point is it okay for us to learn so we don't make some of the immature mistakes of that wisdom? Good, bad, indifferent, whatever it may be, but still having the ability to say, no, like real talk, like what's happening here? In this moment, X, Y, Z happened. I'm trying to make meaning of this for myself, so hopefully I can make a better decision when I'm faced with some of these things out here in these streets, out here in the real world. You know, and I think that speaks to you, and I know the you, but it's good that you shared that with the audience, man, because so many people, you know, it's like, you know, the old folks don't know what they're talking about, right? And it's this continuum and this cycle that continues to pass and pass and pass by to where people say, I'm just going to, whether the old folks touch the stove or not, I want to touch the stove and figure it out. And it's just like, yeah, but the stove is 400 degrees. You know, maybe I want to soak that in from some of the elders so I can make sure I don't touch the stove, so maybe I can navigate a little bit better, because life is still going to throw the random obstacles and trials and tribulations at us anyway. You know, so why not alleviate some of those other things?
For sure.
So this whole music thing, man, and we got more time. We're going to keep building, man, but there's definitely this single, when we take this quick break, man, that I want to drop on the audience and the listeners, man. But just quickly, what matter of fact, that's what we're going to do. But this single that you have, man, is dope. This Humble Pie joint, man. Just speak a little bit. What was the motivation? I'm going to let you introduce the joint real quick, but I just want, what was the motivation? We're going to play the motivation, and we're going to come back and dive a little bit deeper into it, man.
Me, when it comes to music, I love doing conceptual things. So Humble Pie is definitely something about growth, learning from mistakes that I've made in my life, particularly with my last relationship. You know what I mean? Coming into college, I was with my last girlfriend for 5.5 years. So, like, it was a strong foundation. But I came in, I was like, dang, you know, like, I was having a hard time adjusting. I started texting some girl, like, living in California, some Instagram model. Things got crazy. Long story short, my girlfriend found out, and, like, I had to hold a piece of that apple pie. That humble pie took an L. So
what we're going to do, we're going to take a break. We're going to dive deeper in that, because I think it's real. And I appreciate you for sharing it, because so many people out here, especially on Instagram, out here trying to stunt and flaunt like everything is perfect and not realizing that, yo, stuff is real out here in these streets, man. So quickly, man, man, just introduce this joint. We're going to play it, man, and then we're going to rock out, brother.
All right, so you about to listen to Humble Pie by Tyshawn Dion on WHUS 91.7.
Yes, sir.
Look, I fucked up, I ain't gon' lie. Tryna get a piece of that apple pie. No, I fucked up, I ain't gon' lie. Tryna get a piece of that apple pie. No, I was frontin', then she onto something. Packing up her bags and said she going to her cousins. Cause I fucked up, I ain't gon' lie. Tryna get a piece of that apple pie.
Alright, welcome back to the Motivational Jumpstart right here on 91.7 FM WHUS Stores. Man, right there, that's the homie Tyshawn Dion, man. His single joint, man, Humble Pie, man. So let's get back into it, because I told you I was fortunate, people out there in these streets. It's not that I'm a big deal. I'm somewhat of a little bit of a big deal. But I was like, yo, when he dropped it, I said, so can I get a copy of this?
Sure.
Right. So I had the copy of it, and I was like, wait a second. This is dope, yo. Like, I need a radio ad so I can put this in rotation on the show, man. So I appreciate it. But this Humble Pie, man. So let's talk about it right there, because, you know, on the show, we like it real, raw, and relevant, right? So you come to college, and this is something I've talked to you about and other people, right? You come to college, right? You come to high school, and things are great. But then you're trying to figure out yourself, and then you're in this big world, right? So you might be coming from a single-parent household, right, in your case, and doing your thing, you're with your lady, right, and you're 17, 18, and then you come to college, and you come to a UConn, right? And it's not right, it's not wrong, but it's growth, and you just see this big world. And then social media connects you to an even bigger world.
Huge world.
And curiosity out there. And I feel like curiosity is real. So talk to that point, just the pros, the cons, and the lessons learned that inspired the joint Humble Pie.
I mean, I was in a weird place
when
I came in. You know, I was I just lost my grandfather. I just lost my cousin. Like my mom was all over the place.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, well, I'm about to make this football thing happen. And it's crazy because my ex, I mean, she hate me now. I mean, like that's fine. Like I get it. I understand. Like I still really close to her family. Her niece is my niece. I've known her forever.
Yeah.
But when I came in, it was just like, I want to be faithful. I've been faithful. She's always held me down. But like there was so much temptation. It's like as soon as I moved on my floor. First of all, I was like the only African American on my floor, so that was a culture shock to me, because like where I come from, like it's not like that.
Oh, of course.
And then like on top of that, my RA knew that I was on the football team, so she put like football posters and like my name and stuff like all over the place. So all the girls, I was on co-ed. He was like, "Oh, you play football?" And I was just like, "Oh man, it's about to be trouble. She gonna kill me." So trying to make sure that I stay true to how things have always been. I found other ways. And I was just on social media one day. I was a sucker for a pretty face. I can't lie.
Yeah.
Like, I can't lie.
But
man.
it's real.
Yeah,
It's real.
real.
I mean, we're human, and I feel like so many people out here, man. In that perspective, right? Right, wrong, indifferent. Real is real. Truth is truth. Man. So I can appreciate you saying, "Yo, I'm just looking for a pretty face."
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it is what it is. So continue to build.
Yeah.
Brother.
So some Instagram model from California, she like blew my Instagram up one day. I'm in study hall. And I was like, okay, hold on, who's this? And then I went, she was private, so I gave her a follow. She accepted it. I was like, oh, hold on. So I started liking her pictures. And then, one thing led to another. We started texting. It was nothing crazy. Well, like, we started Snapchatting. And, like, it really didn't ever get past the point of just, like, Snapchat, texting, you know what I mean? But, like, definitely things started getting a little extreme between me and my girlfriend because of it. Even though she didn't know, I was trying to keep it on the low. Because, I'm robbing, I don't even know.
Yeah.
But, when I learned that when you play with somebody's emotions, it's a dangerous thing, because nobody wants to feel like they're being manipulated, like they're being taken for granted. And I guess that's how, this young woman from California felt. And she wanted to voice it. Like, even though we didn't talk on a daily basis, like, I cut her off. Like, I was like, all right, whatever. She felt some kind of way about that, and made sure that if she wasn't going to be happy, I wasn't going to be happy.
Yeah.
Social media, you can access everything. She went and found a picture of me and my ex-girlfriend on social media platforms she don't even follow me on. And that was like from 8 months back. But what I definitely learned was like, you can't, when you have something good going, even if like you feel like at that point it's not good, like just stay true to it. You know what I mean? Social media causes so many issues, but it causes issues because we allow it to.
Right.
Like you said, interest. I was just all over the place. Was like, hey, well, I'm never gonna see. Like I'm in Massachusetts. I'm in Connecticut. Like I'm never gonna see her. So like I'm straight. Nah, man, it don't work like that. It makes the world from being so big to being so small.
Right.
So I mean, I've definitely learned a lot from that, though. It was, I had to bite the bullet on that. Make sure that I grew as a young man, realized that, emotions are not something to be played with. Took some time off, learned, more about myself, because I really wanted it bothered me. It troubled me to see, like, me hurt somebody that I cared about like that. And I always have love for her family. Always have love for her. Like, there's no animosity on my end.
Yeah.
But, like, we've both moved on. I have me a beautiful young woman back home named Jacqueline. Yeah, that's a white name for her. She's Spanish though. But I definitely love her dearly. But I've learned a lot. So like I've learned how to treat her better based off of what I've done in the past. So just not make the same mistakes. So.
And it's powerful. And I'm like, at the end of the day, a lot of times, and I appreciate you sharing that, man. And this is not, my show is not more so about the telltale alls and things of that nature.
Yeah.
You know that, but it's more so about truth. We talk about, from whether it's politics, it's motivation, people sleeping in their car, people struggling, but more so people, especially in what you do as an artist, so many people out here, Tyra, they out like, yo, I keep it 100. And it's like, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
Right? You can't face it. So for you to say, yo, it's wrong to manipulate and play with people's emotions. But unless you put yourself into a situation to where you have to learn the lesson, you don't grow.
Exactly.
Right? So then you can meet a Jacqueline and you can grow and get into another situation, a beautiful situation that might be more healthier and better for you at this moment in life,
Definitely.
right? Based on the past. So it doesn't erase the past memories, right? It doesn't erase the connections to family or friends or whoever it may be. But it's like, yo, wow. if I didn't do this, if so many people try to put themselves in a box, right, and just say, I'm not going to do nothing, I'm not going to go anything, I'm not going to do this, I'm going to just be this, and they never grow, and then when conflict and things happen, they break. They're like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Oh my gosh, I'm so used to everything being perfect, everything being smooth. I'm not used to arguing. I'm not used to doing these things. And it's like, yo, this is not real. This is not real. So I can appreciate you saying that. And I also do this, and I make it a point, Ray, is to make sure that as men, we are being vulnerable and we are saying these things, right? We can have fun. We can talk about memories. We can talk about all of these different things. But when it comes to the hardcore nature of emotions and feelings and all these type of things, it's like, yo, okay, I messed up. Can I get a piece of this humble pie?
I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't gonna lie, right? And whether somebody accepts that truth or rejects that truth, it's still the truth. It's still the truth. You know what I mean? So I can appreciate that you did that. So you take your lessons learned, you do all of those different things real quickly, man. So all of this happened, you come to college. But what was the transition outside of you coming from where you came from, coming to UConn, being an athlete for the first couple of years? What was that experience like for you, man?
Oh man, that was a wild experience.
I can imagine, man. I can imagine.
I was used to. It's gonna sound real airheaded, but like I'm trying to like.
Man, be you.
I was used to being like that guy in the city.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Worcester, like it's a big city, but it's not like a Boston. Like there's only like 300,000 people, but like I was that dude. I was in the paper. I was real cocky. Like especially when it came to sports, music, things I know I'm good at, like things that were like dear to me. So you couldn't tell me nothing about it.
Yeah.
So when I came here, it was like going from being the man in the city and being like the it guy, like on the field with there was my cousin, a couple other dudes, like real great talent. That's the thing about my city. There's a lot of great talent, but a lot of dudes don't make it up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like everywhere. But I went from being the dude on my team, the guy like potential all-state, to coming here where everybody on my team here at UConn was that guy on your team. So now it's just like, all right, hold on, you need to pump your brakes. But it was just like experience like none other, man. I was like, wow, like I achieved a dream that like I really didn't think was gonna be possible. Like based off of what they saying to me, like my statistics, like I shouldn't be here. I should be in jail. Like I should be dead. Single parent, half black male, like inner city. I shouldn't be here. But I made it, and like that's a blessing in itself. So when I came here, I was just so thankful to the coaching staff. And unfortunately, like, I got really sick. I had mental health. I just, I felt like I was losing track of where myself was. And, I had to take a semester off, and when I did that, I took a leave from the team. As y'all know, there's been a coaching change.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, I wish them the best for sure. But like because of that and my music affiliations, like I'm no longer part of the team here. But I will always, that's a brotherhood.
Yeah, for sure.
So like, UConn football forever, man.
Yeah. So talk about that quick piece, man, and then I know, to the people that I talk to, and just in general, I need this high 16 before the show. But you mentioned a piece that I think is real, man, that men don't talk about, and I've had like some real hardcore but great individuals, on the show, man. One of them, Sir Tay Jackson. Shout out to Sir Tay. But this piece about mental health. And just how real it is, especially in our culture, being athletes, former athletes, and it's just like, yo, we tough. Well, forget just the athlete part. As a man, black man, listen, no. All of this, there's just whining, complaining, suppress all of those feelings. You hard, don't let no guy step to you. You ain't no punk, I ain't no punk. What it is, and all this masculinity, hyper masculinity, whatever the case may be. And you mentioned like, yo, I really had to take a step back. So speak to just a little bit of the mental health and how important that step back was for you, so you can reclaim a piece of you that was lost in all of this stuff.
I mean, I think, like you said, those ideologies of like, mental health is not a serious issue. Like amongst the African American community, like we don't take that very serious.
At all?
Nah, and it's like, it's a real serious issue. Like I was clinically depressed. Like I was having panic attacks. Like they had to bring me to the hospital. It was crazy. Like I felt like I was gonna die. I couldn't breathe. And it was just like, some people are like, oh, like the older generation, like especially my family down south, they're like, oh, he's just being soft. Like he just letting everything get to you. But like when you bottle so many things up, let me correct my grammar.
That's all good.
Yeah, when you bottle so many things up and you try to take on so much, like you just have your breaking point. And you need to learn how to really step back and focus on yourself to be sure that you're at a point where all right, I know I can take what's on my plate and be okay. Because, I mean, like, being uncomfortable is one thing. That's fine. You're supposed to be uncomfortable. Like, you can't grow if you're not uncomfortable.
For sure.
But when you are being constantly weighed down and you feel like you're drowning, it's okay to talk to somebody. It's okay to take a break and step back. I didn't do that. Everybody came and talked to me. I take on everybody's problems.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, that's just how I am. I love helping people. And I'm helping everybody. Everybody's getting good. But I'm like, I'm really not happy, man. Like, and I don't know, like I said, I want to be a brain surgeon, so like I focus on this. I've had like 7 concussions, so you know I know some of my mood swings and some of the things that have happened to me like are because of that. It's definitely a side effect. I wake up sometimes it's foggy. I wake up, I just don't want to do anything. I'm just done. But I mean, like it's just I feel like we really need to focus on that a lot more. There's a lot of kids that like are seeing these things on social media, and like they're like, oh well, I'm sad. You know what I mean? Like I wanna harm myself. I just feel like that's just terrible. You know, the CMHS, man. Like, they have counselors. I was so anti-therapy, but they helped me. I was in a real dark place, and they helped me, man. Like, they helped me see, like, this is not gonna be forever. You know what I mean? It might feel like it right now, but it's not gonna be forever. So make sure you reach out to them. The suicide prevention hotlines. Just take care of that, man. Make sure you reach out to somebody that you love. Tell them that you love them. Simple words. You never know how much of an effect it's gonna have on somebody. So.
Yeah, no, and it's powerful. And once again, you know, because I've been going through a lot of just being more vulnerable this year because a lot of people's like, man, you the motivator, Mike, and you doing all this stuff. Exactly. But like, wait a second, I have my flaws. I've been through, ups, downs, going through more obstacles and things of that nature. But that vulnerability piece, it's like, yo, me being vulnerable is me speaking my truth. Don't make me a punk. Exactly. It's just like, yo, no, therapy might not be such a terrible thing. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, to your point, especially this next generation, suicide is up, depression rates is up, and then people are on social media not knowing how to make meaning of these different things. And it's like, but I don't want to tell nobody. Mm-hmm. And then as we all see, these things that go viral, kids, teenagers are killing themselves. You know what I mean? Based on things that are not real, or based on, I don't know who to talk to. I'm afraid to talk to anybody because I want my world to be so perfect. Mm-hmm. So I definitely appreciate you sharing that, man. And, for the listeners out there, man, to anybody out there who needs help, who's going through stuff, especially once you get out of this semester, whether you get a journal and you write stuff out, you do poetry, and all of those different things, find your release, your outlet, and your individuals that can help you, because you're not some weak case, you're not something. It's just like, sometimes you just have the weight of the world on your shoulder, and if you don't find the way to release those things, it's going to be taxing to you. So definitely, I appreciate you for sharing that, brother. So from this artist stuff, and I need a hot 16, man, and we gonna rock out, man. What are some things that you have on the radar after the semester? What are some things that you could share with the audience? Some projects, talk to us, man.
All right, so right now I'm in the process of working on a project. It's gonna be called Halfway Decent.
Okay,
it's gonna be a little EP.
Okay,
and
all right.
I'm working on a second project to follow up. Name is tentatively scheduled, but I have some really big shows going on. I'm on May 20th.
Yep.
In Worcester, Massachusetts, in Industrial Park. I'll be performing there alongside the Prince.
Yeah.
Kanye's prodigy.
Yeah, that's major right there.
I think he's one of the most slept on MCs ever.
Yeah.
So like that's a big look for me. June 10th, I'm performing at like the biggest venue in my city at the DCU Center.
Yep.
Boxing match, I'm doing the main event performance.
Oh, let's go.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking another trip out to LA soon, but I'm really trying to hone everything together, man. Trying to make sure that I get my craft where it needs to be, because I'm ready to just. Ooh, it's gonna be a warm summer.
Yeah. You getting your 10,000 hours in, man. Yeah. You can't shortchange the grind. You can't shortchange the process. And me, as I just know your evolution as an MC and as an individual into it. So many people on scratch surface, and I think this is where when we see some of the mumble rap and some of these people out here, the world sends these fake messages or promotes certain people out here, and it's like, oh, it's easy. You can do this. You can blah blah blah. And it's like, okay, but the true MCs out here that are really putting in work, the slept. MCs out here that's being slept on. These are the people that's in the booth, in the studio, writing, going through life every day, but building the craft, and it's about getting better. And then when things happen, they're going, oh my gosh, how did this happen? And it's like, I've been putting in work
for sure
for a long time.
And not to discredit like what these mumble rappers are doing. Like I listen to all of that.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Like,
what I mean?
Definitely, I throw that on like when I'm with my friends. Like Uzi, that's one of my favorite artists right now. So
right.
I love Uzi. You know what I mean? Like they're different, but I just feel like they're not lyricists. Don't put them in a category
of lyricists, and that's my point right
different.
there.
It's completely different. Like they're gonna make music that like I don't want to step on no toe, but they're just gonna make music that's not gonna.
Well, let me do it for you. They ain't gonna make music that's not necessarily gonna stimulate the mind, make people introspect and reflect on certain things. They gonna get you to turn up. They gonna get you the hot track, the beat, and we need that. We all need those releases to do that, and I think it's fine. But I feel like to my point that I'll make, keep you out of this. The point that I'll make is just so many individuals out here that put them in a category as a lyricist, and it's like, nah. You're in a category, but you're not really saying some things of significance. You just getting me to turn up all day, and when I'm turned, it's great. But then when I'm just driving late at night on the freeway, you know what I mean, or the interstate, wherever part of the world you're from, and I want to listen to something that has lyrically stimulates me, probably not putting on mumble rap. And that's just a fact of the nature. Yeah. You know what I mean? So everybody has their lane, but I appreciate the fact that you are creating your lane, you know what I mean, to that perspective or whatnot. And can I get a hot six? If I throw on a random instrumental or something, you know what I mean, could you do something on the show? I don't know if that's what you're about. You say you an MC, they heard the humble pie. You know, who knows? Who knows if that was even you? It might have been me on the track, and if somebody, you know, automated my voice onto your track. You know, if I put something on, will you bless the studio?
Yeah, I can see what I can do.
You see what you could do. So let me go through the catalog real quick.
Oh, you got me nervous, man. I'm on the spot.
Let me go through the catalog real quick and see. Let me see what I could find from an instrumental base. Right here, because you know I like things to be a little bit spontaneous. Yeah. So let me see here what I have on the show. Let me see. No, I'm not feeling Flashing Lights.
That song make me cry, bro. I love that song.
Flashing Lights.
Yeah, shout out to Ye.
Shout out. Okay, we're not gonna do that one. So let me take this one off. You know, this is what we're doing in the studio. Don't judge the production right now. I'm just trying to see how I can. Let me see if we throw this joint on real quick.
Ooh.
What?
Jewels?
Would this work?
Check. Yeah. Okay.
Would this work?
Check. Yeah. Okay. Hold on.
Okay, right here on the Motivational Jump Start. Tyshawn Dion. Let's see what you got for me, brother.
Whoa. Look. I had dreams of a scholarship cut short, 100,000 debt while they wanted me bad sport or mad small. Riches than bad Jones, they get paid. And see a dime of what I made, that's double A-OK. Just jiggle bop around salon shots, I made it look sexy. Half hour late to class, please don't test me. Few bars, muscle up, cause I got baby still. I've been on the track, people, they can't rap for real. They can't rap for real. Why they gave these cats a deal with Husky up? My dogs is hungry, trying to have a half a meal. A verse in me to quick to stake you like a Happy Meal. Opposition raise the pressure through the decibel. Schizophrenic veteran, black and trying to find wealth instead of getting Maryland's. Penmanship is heaven sent. Script is short lines, verses sounding like Bibles. Alan, don't trust them, crouch tap. Hold on. I can't.
Hold on. Wait a second.
I don't even know what else to say, bro. Hold on. Look. Yeah. I grow tired, been depleted, but I'm wired like a dope fiend. Since 16, been running 16s for that dope dream. And shot down once, then reverted with a new scheme, a new team. Sticking like a syrup from the codeine, I don't sneeze. But I still pray that God will bless me. Chilling on the stage and I'm feeling lucky like Lefty, but I'm southpaw. Throw all these punches and never catch me, man, I'm so awed. Rappers on pieces get indigestion, boy, I'm so awed. Feeling like one of them all future boys. My words, katana blade swords more than you bargained for. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Tyshawn in the booth, what you gonna do? I ain't the talk of the town, I'm the town of the talk. In 2018, you see the boy in New York, reap what I sow. Matter of fact, I run in the souls. Okay. Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Oh,
you sure you got some more? You good?
Hey, man, hold on. Let me see what else I got.
What else you got? Hold on. Yeah. You going with this hot fire right here. Hold on.
Yo. With a jump, hopping and skipping, I'm pitching like Scottie Pippen. Aim it at your position and let off at your existence. Who want war? Trust me, I'm good for the business. Eating bad Benny Honiston. Whoa, all these fellas, I've been back in the game, feeling like I'm next to. bling on my phone. I'm a next mail. Up next, smart water on the desk. I don't know.
That's good, man.
I don't know.
Hold up,
Oh,
man. Oh man, Tyshawn Dion in the building, man. They just dropped. They dropped super hot. Oh man, that was bananas.
I don't know
man.
if I can blush, but I think I might be blushing. I'm not.
Nah. You just did what it was, man. And that's what it's all about, man. What's your last spill, man? Your last spill for the audience, man. Motivational advice, man, for the listeners out there to continue to fight the good fight. What you got for us, brother?
There's gonna be naysayers at every point in the road. You just gotta look into yourself, know who you are as an individual, ignore all that outside stuff, and just make sure move in secrecy, move in silence. Because once you start making it, they gonna try to, oh, hold on, I've known him forever. Nah, man, you wasn't with me in the gym.
You wasn't with me in the gym.
You wasn't in there shooting, man. So just stay true to yourself. Be transparent. Understand, things aren't always gonna be easy, but you'll overcome it.
Definitely. So we're now, good people. I thought the aftermath was over, but this is the aftermath because I still got the homie in studio. We about to throw another beat on, and we about to keep rocking it. He inspired me. I might jump on the track, after that. But we about to get the homie with some more voice because I got to take advantage of the homie while he here because after the summer he gonna be gone traveling, doing shows and stuff. So it is what it is. We about to throw this other track on, and you ready to drop some stuff for me, brother?
So.
All right, let's drop some more stuff for it, bro. Let's go, man. This dude got the stuff hot.
Oh, back, young Cash, boy. Oh, let's take me back to first grade. Whoa, love, yeah. Label me a flawed artist who painted the perfect picture like a bigot Michelangelo. Far from forgiving if it's lyrics that they wish to understand their first Christmas and Last Supper. Judas and ski mask and black hummer. Jesus and I'm dancing with the devil. Tried to slide in on by wire pulling strings like your pedal was half mental. Hannibal instrumentals. Need a Mike Jack straight jacket with gold zippers and silver tip straps. That's more thriller. B.I. more iller. B.I.R. Miller. The 9 hit 8 times to ye not disfigure. I'm in the game like it's game over. Mike Jack on this hangover. Moonwalking on these dudes. What they know about it? I'm in back of the class. What you know about me? Scribbling notepads while they dreaming one time. Hold on, it's so fast with my mind at the top. I can't even let it stop for a dime and a drop. Okay, young bad team. Let me see your number, girl. What's your name, Ma? Tell the
Giovanni.
I ain't gonna lie, try and get a piece of that apple pie. No, I fucked up, I ain't gonna lie, try and get a piece of that apple pie. No, I was frontin', then she onto something, packing up her bags and said she going to her cousin's. Cause I fucked up, I ain't gonna lie, try and get a piece of that apple pie. Said I remind her of her dog, the way I roam and how I'm never home. So when I'm sleeping, even then I'm on the telephone. Text tone jumping, another text from Ashley, change her name to Ashton, just so she ain't catching me, harassing me and asking why I'm going out of state. I got a last minute show, sorry ma, I gotta skate, I'm off to Colorado. Slippery slope, trying to see my side home. All the while I'm rubbing on her like a genie's bottle, wishing I was different, less misogynistic. Claim we only talking when I'm smudging off her lipstick, but she love it when I pull hoes. Go and get her who go, add a little E and then we play and hit a few goals. We too on, she too deep, in love and with me, need 2-3, no zoning, emotions is on E. The phone rang, I swear to God she started tripping, dog. Missed call from a dog. Damn, I fucked up, I ain't gonna lie, try and get a piece of that apple pie. No, I fucked up, I ain't gonna lie, try and get a piece of that apple pie. No, I was frontin', then she onto something, packing up her bags and said she going to her cousin's. Cause I fucked up, I ain't gonna lie, try and get a piece of that apple pie. You got some nerve, cause the matter with you? Over some gold digging bimbo that ain't even cute. I mean, yeah, she got ass in her stomach looking tight, got them youngest Jenna lips, so she dresses really nice, but goddamn, looking like she don't know who I am. Goddamn, flooding from her eyes, clench up her hands. Goddamn, swear that you be different from your friends. You just a grown ass boy. I swear you'll never be a man. And I hope you have a daughter. I never wish dishonor, but maybe then you'll value women death before dishonor. Spit an image of my father that I'm seeing for the first time. Like there's a mirror across these ghost lines. And if my mama was to tell it, who boy was that ghost fine? But this gon' haunt you, Tyshawn. Why? Because can a damn thing tame a battered woman's scorn? She was good enough, she gon' make your friend to this song. Come on. I fucked up, I ain't gon' lie. Try and get a piece of that apple pie. No, I fucked up, I ain't gon' lie. Try and get a piece of that apple pie. No, I was frontin', then she on to something. Packing up her bags and said she going to her cousins. Cause I fucked up, I ain't gon' lie. Try and get a piece of that apple pie.